All right, so like I said before, we are going to create a sprite that is able to draw different colored lines depending on the y-axis or the position of the y-axis of that sprite. All right, so we're going to go to Snap. We're going to open up a brand new one. We're going to call this one Predicate Drawing. On this one, we are going to create a predicate block. We haven't done this before, so that's why I'm showing you how to do it, where we go into make a block, and this block, we're going to leave it under operators. And instead of making it a command, we're making it a predicate. What is a predicate? A predicate is going to be an either true or false statement. Sorry, a block that creates a true or false statement, also known as a Boolean. Right? So this is a block that is going to report a Boolean. Okay, it's a block that reports a Boolean. It gives you either a true or false statement. And usually when we're doing that, we're working with operators. So again, I'm going to click on predicate, leave it for all sprites, and I'm going to call this one greater than or equal to. All right, this one is greater than or equal to. I'm going to press OK. All right, so like I said before, we are going to create a new one that combines the greater than and equal to block that you see right here. I'm going to press OK. And I did say that I was going to report. If you notice, you have an automatic report block right here. And I'm going to report something, the greater than or equal to. Guys, why don't I say greater than and equal to? Is that possible? That is not possible. It's one or the other. It's either or. So I'm going to go here and look at my or block. I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to grab my greater than and put it here, and my equal to and put it here. I'm then going to enter two things, and that is my, on the left side of this greater than or equal to sign, I'm going to put in a letter that represents a value. For right now, I'm just going to put A, because it's going to be value A and value B. I'm going to press OK. And on the right side, I'm going to put letter B. And all I'm going to do here is drag my A and B to these two greater than or equal to blocks. That means that this new block will then report true if A is greater than B or if A is equal to B. It'll return false if none of these are true. All right, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but now I'm going to not use the greater than or equal to. I'm going to make a less than or equal to. Press OK. We're making a new one. You see that this one's already here. Make a block. Again, a predicate, but this one is less than or equal to. Press OK. Here I got A. I got B. And I'm going to report pretty much the same thing, but with less than or equal to. Drag my A, my B, my A, and my B. All right, follow this next part carefully because it can get a little confusing because the wording is a little weird. But the wording is only weird because we're going to add variables here that complete a sentence. So watch what I do. I'm going to press OK, and I'm going to create one more block. And this block is just practice. Do you really need it? Not really, but it's good practice so that way you can keep your stuff really organized. Again, this one's going to be a predicate. And you're going to type in is between and. All right, I'm going to press OK. And here, next to is, the plus sign next to is, right here, I'm going to type in mid. Okay. In front, or sorry, after between, I'm going to type in low. And after and, I'm going to type in high. Like that. All right. This one is pretty much going to report whether a number is in between two other numbers. All right. It'll report true if it is, and it'll report false if it isn't. So if it is between two numbers, we're going to use the operator and. And in here, now we're going to use the blocks, the predicates that we just made. Let's use the greater than or equal to and the less than and equal to. Less than or equal to. Like that. And inside of that, we're going to check that mid is greater than or equal to low. And that mid is less than or equal to high. Like that. All right, so now you have this. I'm going to press OK. Make sure you have these three blocks available because later on we're going to continue on making the drawing. All right, so now that you have created the three blocks here, the greater than or equal to, well, actually that one you're not going to need it anymore. You already have it used in this block right here that you created. We're going to now start on the portion where when you click on the sprite and move it around, it draws the different color lines. I'm going to start very quickly by setting my pen value. So I'm going to go to pen, and I'm going to set my pen size. Remember, use set, not change, because change is going to change it, not just give it that value. I'm going to set it to 10 for right now. You can set it to whatever number you want. And I'm going to put a forever loop here because it's forever going to do something. It's forever going to check on or make a decision. And I'm going to inside put an if statement where if my y position is greater than, go to sensing, y. No, it's not under sense, it's under motion. Y position. I always like to click off this little portion because it lets me know up here where the y position is. If you notice, the y position will start at -180 and will end at 180. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to say if my y position is greater than, I'm going to put 0 right here because I wanted to create two divisions. All right, I'm going to do the one where there's only 2 divisions. You are going to create the one where there's 3 divisions, just like in the example that I gave in the beginning. So if y is greater than 0, I'm going to set the pen color. And actually, this is not an if statement, it's an if else. Let me go ahead and change this here. It's an if else. I'm going to change the color to any color that you like. And on the else, again, any other color that you like. I'm also going to put an if statement where if the mouse is clicked or it's pressed down, if mouse is pressed down. All right, so I'm also going to add another if else statement right here where if, I believe it's under sensing, or right here, mouse down. That means that the mouse is being clicked or it's being held down. If mouse down, I'm going to put pen down. Otherwise, I'm going to put pen up. Also, I am going to forever motion go to mouse pointer. All right. When I run this, I should have something that does this. Now be careful because notice that it does change colors, but for some reason the dots, it's giving me only dots. That is because this is clicked on draggable. So make sure that this is unclicked. So now you have something like this.
Wow.
All right. Now, your job is to continue off of these, and you're going to actually have, and here are some hints, you're going to have more if statements inside of if statements. All right. So exactly 3 of them. So you're going to have something that looks kind of like this, where there is another condition, and you set the color to something else. And finally, a third one that's here, and then set the color to something else. Okay, so instead of having only 2 colors, you're going to have a total of 3 colors. Actually, a total of 4 colors for here. All right, you could do at least 3. Now, what are you going to use in here? I'm going to tell you that you're no longer going to use the if y position is greater than 0. You're going to put that if y position is now in between 2 values. That's the part that you're going to have to figure out. What 2 values? Well, that depends on you. Look at the y values. How do you separate this coordinate plane into 3 separate parts? The values are going to be 100% up to you. All right? But again, what I need is for you to come up with something that sort of does this right here. It's separated into 3 different sections. So you're going to go ahead and take that, the one that's separated into 2 values, and convert it into one that's separated into, the one that's converted into 2 sections and convert it to something that's separated into 3 sections. All right, play around with it. You have the rest of the class to go ahead and do this, and make sure you turn it in when you are done. All right, that's it.